Okay, well, great to have everyone outside with us in the backyard today. And we're going to grill up some of our chicken and tofu that's marinated in the barbecue sauce we just made inside.
So what I've done is I've heated the barbecue up to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've got it seasoned with oil, which means that I've put some vegetable oil on the grill with a paper towel, just rubbed it on.
So folks, what we're doing here for our food safety portion, we're using one utensil. Since we're outside, it's a little bit harder to turn around and wash your utensils. We've got the fork here for our raw chicken, and then we've got a separate side with our, what are those called? Tongs, and our separate plate. So Danny's really working to just use that fork and keep it with the raw juices and the raw barbecue sauce and the raw chicken.
So if you're taking this marinated to a picnic, you really need to make sure that you keep the chicken cold. So at refrigerator temperature between 4 degrees and 10 degrees Celsius. So you might need a cooling pack or some ice packs if you're bringing it to the beach to grill. But I had these in the fridge, right, to chill right before grilling.
Yeah, and as you take it out, you only want your raw food and even your cooked meat and poultry and fish to only sit outside in the hot summer months only for 1 hour and at room temperature for 2 hours. So really make sure you're promptly cooking and then promptly cooling or eating your food.
It's also better to probably grill your protein and then freeze it rather than, keep it ungrilled and raw in the freezer. It is better to cook it first, but you could also have this in a Ziploc bag, marinated in the freezer, and pull it out. When you freeze things, you're really slowing down the growth of bacteria. When you are heating them like this, you are basically killing off whatever pathogenic or sick-making bacteria is in the food. So the spot, which is the danger zone at which bacteria like to grow, it's kind of room temperature and summer weather temperature. So it's really, really important to be extra careful. It's very easy to get sick eating foods that you keep in the danger zone, and most of the time foodborne illness happens at home, doesn't really happen in restaurants. They have really strict guidelines. So it's really important to take care at home and to protect everyone around you and yourself.
Well, how long are we grilling this chicken? And did we mention we've also got some tofu on there? Again, we always like to bring in those plant-based proteins. So I've done the exact same thing. With the tofu, we just put some barbecue sauce on it, let it marinate in the fridge, and then we brought it out on the plates and are gonna grill it a few minutes aside. The tofu you want just until it gets a little bit charred. You don't have to worry as much about cross-contamination or internal temperatures for tofu as you do with the chicken, because the tofu is a plant-based protein.
It's great to include some plant-based proteins for people who want to include, plant-based eating in their life. Doesn't all have to be animal-based. When we think barbecue, we always think meat, but we could certainly grill all our vegetables on the barbecue. We can grill tofu, grill bean patties. Wherever you would use meat to make something for the grill, you can substitute a plant-based option. Basically, what you want to do is make sure you've got good high heat. And I just learned about the 70-30 rule. So you want to make sure that 70% is on one side, the first side. You don't want to turn over the protein too quickly, because then you're not really cooking the inside as well. So you want to make sure 70% of the time is spent on one side, and then you flip it over and finish the process.
The other point I'll make about the plant-based protein, it's not much in the media anymore, but there was always saying, oh, barbecue season, that's where you get all those carcinogens. And where it is in the meats when they're getting black and burned. But we're using tofu. If you're grilling vegetables, that's a really good way to still get your barbecue and get outside and get those different flavors without worrying so much about the carcinogens.
Great. So about 4 or 5 minutes have gone by, and I'm smelling the caramelization from the barbecue sauce that we had. So I'm just gonna flip over these chicken pieces, and I've used thigh, which is really good because it's already quite fatty, and it makes for a really nice barbecue option because it doesn't lose moisture as much as chicken breast would.
So we're flipping with one set of tongs, and then we will go in and wash these before we use them because that one side was raw. So really extra food safety, something to keep in mind. you do want to be going back in, washing your tongs, making sure you have a clean plate when you're going to put. Good to have everything ready so that when it's hot and ready, so you're not worried about overcooking, you've already got everything set to go.
Okay, looks like we are ready to present this beautiful chicken that we
Oh,
made.
it smells so good. I love it.
The juices are running clear, so this is a good sign. But we are going to do one better and check the internal temperature. This is just beautifully char grilled.
Perfect. Good job, Danny.
Thank you.
We're gonna put it down here. I've got my trusty meat thermometer. This one's not instant read, but whatever you've got, really. And you want to find, so these are quite thin pieces of chicken, so I'm pretty sure they're cooked. But
Yeah.
Danny, can I use this?
Yes, please.
To help poke it. You do want to make sure you're not like doing this, right? Because that's not going to be the right read. You want to actually poke the chicken and get a read of the chicken. And you can see the temperature is already going up. If this is properly calibrated, which I think
did
it
earlier.
did,
Yes.
it's going to reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit for chicken. And that's going to tell me that it's cooked.
So we're safe and we're sound and we're nourished, getting our proteins. Let's go make some more wonderful dishes to go with our delicious barbecue. The way to calibrate your meat thermometer is really, really easy. All you do is fill a glass of water with ice to the top, add cold water to that, and just stick your thermometer in. And you wait till the thermometer reads 0 degrees, and that's when you know you've calibrated it.